Welcome back to Pink Turtle Soaps. Today I'm making Café Mocha, which is a chocolatey coffee fragrance. The fragrance also has notes of marshmallow and cream. It smells really nice. It smells just like a chocolate coffee. And to switch things up a little bit, I'm actually adding real coffee into my soap. In here I have a whole 10 ounces of fresh brewed coffee. To make room for the 10 ounces, I took 10 ounces out of my lye water. Still the same amount of lye, just 10 ounces less of water to make room for the coffee, and that way you don't have too much water for your soap batch. To start, I'm going to add the lye water to the oils, and then I'm going to add the coffee and blend it up. As you can tell, the coffee gave our soap batch a little bit of a brown color. My next step is to pour off just a little bit of this into a smaller container. Alright, I've got it split off, and into the smaller one, I'm going to add some titanium dioxide to color it a really bright white color. The fragrance I'm using does discolor to a medium shade of brown, so I'm hoping that by adding the white to it, it will discolor to a lighter shade of brown, because this batch is going to be a very, very dark brown. Okay, so that has been added, and into this one I'm going to add Mocha Brown. I'm going to take the stick blender and mix it up, lightest to darkest. I went ahead and added the fragrance oil. It is starting to thicken up, but that happens usually when you add something to your soap that's not water. Alright, so I've got my molds, and I'm going to start by pouring the dark brown in first. Pour quite a bit of it. It smells so chocolatey. It smells like a Tootsie Roll. And I think adding that cup of coffee to the batch will actually help bring out the coffee notes in it. Now I'm going to add the white. Then I'm going to finish it off with brown, because I do want it to be mostly brown inside. And because this has thickened up quite a bit, I'm actually going to use my hanger swirl tool. It's the perfect consistency to do some really pretty swirls on the inside. I'm actually mixing it up quite a bit. Go side to side, up and down. Alright, I feel like we're just zooming right through this soap. All I've got to do now is let this set up. It's still too liquidy for me to try to put the piping on top. So I'm going to wait a little while, and then I'm going to get our piping started. So we'll come back when it's time to pipe the soaps. Before we get started on the piping, I want to show you what's going to be going on top. In this bag, I have biodegradable paper straws. I think that these are a really cute detail when you're doing a drink or beverage themed soap. I just cut them into thirds to make them a little bit shorter so that they would fit in each bar. These are also colored with food grade ink, so that's a plus. If you purchase a bar of this soap, all you'd have to do is pull the straw out before you use the soap. In this bag, I have little chocolatey gum balls, and I colored these with organic cocoa powder. I didn't use a brown mica for these. I thought that'd be a cute little detail to put into the soap. I added real coffee into the bottom and real cocoa powder to the top. When I finish with the embeds, I'm going to add a chocolate drizzle like you would see on top of a real Café Mocha. see right here, I ran out of piping, but it's okay. These bars will end up being oopsie bars. But overall, this soap came out exactly how I wanted it to. I did not add glitter, only because there's a lot going on the top. You know, you've got your straws, then you've got these little gumballs on top. And as you can see, I added quite a bit of a chocolate drizzle. And I was afraid that if I added glitter, it would just make it too busy on the top. I'll come back in about 24 hours, and if it has set up enough, we will cut it up and check out the inside. So it has been about 24 hours, and the soap is ready to cut up. I did cut up the other loaf, so I have an idea of what it looks like on the inside. Now I can say it came out exactly how I wanted it to. Go ahead and cut off this first bar really quick. And this is what it looks like. My goal was to have this lighter shade of white, which will ultimately turn a light shade of brown just because of the vanillin in the fragrance oil. I wanted it to look almost like a creamer being poured into a coffee. Let's cut off another one. Oh yeah. Here's an up-close look at it. And even though I did add some TD to the soap that I poured in right here, that lighter color, with it being mixed with the coffee, it still stayed a really light brown. But after the soap discolors, because of the fragrance oil, I'm expecting for this dark brown to be really dark brown, and for this part to be a lighter shade. At least that's what I'm hoping for. Let's go ahead and cut up the rest of the loaf and see what we got. Up-close look at the swirling. I'm really happy that I used a hanger tool. That gave it a more realistic sort of creamer, sort of like a cream being poured into the coffee. I think that looks more realistic. Then you've got your little chocolate gumball with the mocha drizzle on top, and then your biodegradable paper straw, which you would just remove before you use the soap. And these smell just like a chocolate coffee. For any coffee lover, I highly recommend this fragrance because the chocolate and the coffee really complement each other. And this would be the perfect soap to wake you up every morning. If you'd like to grab yourself a bar, these will be available at pinkturtlesoaps.com December 1st at 8 a.m. And be sure to subscribe to the channel because I put up new soap making videos every single Wednesday. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.